What's up, my Aries Taurus cusp, my cusp of power? How are you doing? I hope all is well. I'm here to give you a reading. It's just for you, guys are my favorite. I gotta tell you that. Um, so let's just dive right into the channeled message that I got first, which is um idealizing the past. And then I heard don't look back. And when I heard don't look back, I saw what it was giving was biblical. If you guys know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, if you're not familiar with it, it's about a couple cities, Sodom and Gomorrah, and in the cities, they were like being really crazy. They were having wild sex. They were like killing each other. They were just really getting their deadly sins on over there. And God sent down some angels to handle the situation. If I think I understand, it was Lot and his wife, and then the people was trying to get him to give up his daughter, something like that, and then he was gonna give them to her, and then something happened, and then they end up raping the angels that God sent down. So then God was like, "Oh hell no! It's about to rain fire in this bitch." So he told Lot and his wife, "Get the fuck out of here, because I'm about to tear this club up, and y'all don't want to be here for that." But one thing he did also tell them is not to look back. And so they were leaving Sodom and Gomorrah, and Lot's wife looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt. So what I'm getting is that in your situation, whatever your situation is, you could be thinking about all the goodness of that situation and idealizing the goodness of it. Like it could have been a lot of luxury or a lot of pleasure in some kind of way in that situation, but it had its dark sides to it. And so now that you're moving forward, God doesn't want you looking back at those things, because you're given an opportunity that not everyone got to. You're being given a pass in a way. So what's up, Maurice? Nope, you're not late. I just started. So I just started. So let's see what's in the cards, what God has to say to us today. Knight of Swords reversed. So, like I said, that was some reckless energy in the star. Yeah. And look at this star card. It's the After Tarot. She's like completely immersed into the water, and she's bathing herself. And these are healing waters, okay? I just heard, I don't know if y'all ever seen Purple Rain, but Prince got this girl to jump into the water of Lake Minnetonka. Yes, check in, Maurice. It's the cusp of power. Ooh, ooh. Okay, and then we have the Page of Page of Wands. So this is, damn, this feels like what I just said. Because this Page of Wands is about to go on a journey. And there was a lot of chaotic energy, okay? And right now, you are giving redemption. You're giving the opportunity to heal, okay? So, okay, so in the past, you may have been rejecting this offer, this chance to find peace and move on. But it looks like, or also, you not only were you rejecting it, you were indulging. Thank you. Let me tell you, because people always ask about this tapestry. So let me just tell you. My mom brought this back from Egypt. I collect all kinds of Egyptian artifacts. I've been doing it since I was probably like 13. And she went to Egypt and she traded half a bottle, a big bottle of Tanqueray for this with some pirates on the Nile River. Isn't that a cool story? She said they pulled up to the boat she was on and they latched their boat onto their boat and they start throwing all this stuff up and then they was like, give us what you got and throw back the stuff you don't want. She was like, oh, my baby gonna want this. And I did want it. Okay, so then we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So anyway, what I was saying is that in the meantime, you guys are really indulging. Even though in the past it was like, I don't want this. It's like, I'm just gonna do this because it's here. Like, fuck it. It was that kind of vibe. And now you actually know what you want. That's too many. You are in a more cooperative energy and you are ready to, you're dropping whatever guard you have against this opportunity that God is giving you. In the future, you're going to be working by yourself. You may want to work by yourself. It may be it didn't work out working with others. So you're going to take this journey. This is I just heard that song by Gnarls Barkley. I'm going on and I'm prepared to go it along. I'm going on. May my love lift you up to the place you belong. I'm going on. It's one of my favorite songs. It's one of my favorite songs because he says, anyone who needs what they want but doesn't want what they need, I want nothing to do with. I'm like, if that's not a motto for life, like, if you got your priorities that fucked up, maybe we should be right? It's a cool ass story. Exactly. I do feel like it's like sacred or something. And it was hand painted. Like, this is hand painted by Egyptian people. So dope. Okay, so we see you coming out of some. Okay, in the past, you might not have been giving yourself the space that you needed to heal, and so and transform. Like, God is trying to transform you. That's why He's trying to bring you out of this chaotic energy and this indulgent energy. But I see you out living La Vida Loca or something, hanging out with people to where you don't have the quiet mental space that is needed to transform. Now, this is what was going on in the past. Right now, you might be feeling like things are not fair, they're not going your way. But in the near future, you will realize that you have all the tools that you need to manifest whatever it is that you want. You have the Magician card here. So out of 9 cards, you have 3 major arcana. Let's see. Why is the Star card here? The Star card always, to me, indicates spiritual work a bit, like doing work that you love, because I don't know that the Pentacles always have stars on it, the 8 of Pentacles, and then the Star card, for whatever reason, has 8 stars on it. And the Pentacle card has stars on the Pentacles. So that's why I relate them to each other. And I think about the fact that even though we're talented at things naturally, we have to put in a certain amount of work in order to make it flourish. There could be some delays when it comes to this aspiration that you have with this star card. But don't fret, my pet. This too shall pass. You guys, I started reading the book of Esther because I was watching 300. What's up, Selena? I was watching 300, and Xerxes is in 300, but Xerxes was actually married to Esther, and Esther got to be the queen because Vashti didn't want to come when Xerxes called him, so he fired her. Like, you're not the queen no more. You're out of here, and I'm stripping you of all your titles. I'm like, how interesting. How 300, the movie 300, brought me to read the Bible. I don't even know how I found that. I was reading one of my favorite passages in the Bible to somebody, and it was on the wrong page. And the page that I was on was talking about Xerxes. And I was like, I just saw 300. So let me read this. Yes, I'm sending my love with a dozen roses. Okay, so yes, with this aspiration that you have, you need to, okay, look how I'm seeing this. Both of these cards, there are ships coming in, okay? The ship is delayed in this card, but you can actually see the ship in this card. There's a lot of highs and lows in bringing this about. This ship's coming in. There could be complications, and that's why there's a delay. But you need to stay busy. You need to stay balanced. You need to not drop the ball. That's what this guy is doing. He's not dropping the ball. Why is the Justice card in reverse? The King of Swords and the the Eight of Wands. Okay, so you might have received some very harsh, cold communication. Somebody got straight to the fucking point. They did not beat around the bush. It could have been a whole back and forth situation, but what was said could have been very cold. And that's what's feeling like, that's not right. That's not fair. I didn't deserve that. I'm gonna take that one. Yeah, it was petty as fuck. Page of Swords in reverse. And it's like, don't come for me unless I send for you. And for some of you guys, you could have been ganged up on. Like, it was more than one person coming at you with this communication. And it got petty. The Magician. Why is the Magician here? The interesting thing about this Magician card is there's a dove, a white dove, on this table. And doves represent peace. And I don't know why I just thought about Noah, but they put the dove out there to see if it was okay to, like, if land was there, if the punishment and the wrath of God was over, you know what I mean? So, like I said, this is all giving like something is happening to everybody around you because of how bad they've been being. And you are being given an opportunity to not be a part of their punishment. That's what I'm getting. The Three of Cups just flew out. So you could be manifesting a reason to be happy, a reason to celebrate. Something was revealed to you. Something you probably were really worried about. You having a hard time letting go, like you've taken on more than you can handle, and you're having a hard time letting go of that. And this could be either affecting your finances, or you could be wanting to get into a relationship to help you because you've taken on more than you can handle. And so you could be trying to manifest better days. I mean, who's not trying to manifest better days? But I feel like you're trying to manifest a solution to whatever you signed up for that could have been way too much. You would much rather like celebrate. And I don't think you really want to be single. I feel like this burden is financial though. Let me see. What's the advice here? Advice for my cusp of power. My Aries Taurus cusp. Advice for my Aries Taurus cusp. This King of Pentacles just came out. And it fell on top of this guy. And then the Ten of Cups and the Two of Swords. So you realize that you can't go back where you came from. And you might have found home with this person, this King of Pentacles person. Or you could be embodying that wealthy man energy. You know? No, I'm not a cusp. I'm like 2 days off a cusp, but I'm a Sagittarius. So, but I'm a November Sagittarius. So kind of cuspy. I have a lot of Scorpio energy though, because outside of me being born in November near the cusp, I also have a lot of strong Scorpio placements. Yes, and I have planets in my 8th house as well, which contribute to my psychic abilities. Now, this King of Coin, this person makes you feel at home, Ten of Cups. Okay? And you don't want to go back to wherever you came from, but you're not sure which way to go at this point. You're trying to determine that. Or maybe you just want to stay with this guy. Maybe you are this guy and you found love with some girl or whoever. The Judgment card, giving somebody another chance. This person has a halo. This person is holistic or holy. They're a good person. They have a whole halo, okay? And it's time to build. Slow and steady wins the race, okay? This is the end of a cycle. And this is where you get to see, soon you will see everything that you've been working on coming together, everything that you're trying to do, or everything that God is trying to show you. All these pieces are about to come together, and you'll see what it is that you're supposed to do. Move slow and methodically. And this is your opportunity to redeem yourself, I feel. Maybe you're not the angel guy with the halo. Maybe you're the guy that he's giving a chance to. He's giving him a hand. He's extending out his hand. And yeah. So the advice here is that you can't go back to wherever you came from, but there's some other place that you can go where you will find redemption with this King of Pentacles, because this person feels like home and it's time to lay down roots and like be more grounded and stuff and start building your empire. So you can be this mate to the King of Pentacles. And if you're the King of Pentacles, if you're a male, take it how it resonates. Like the whole point is that there's a Knight of Pentacles and there's a King of Pentacles. So somebody needs to upgrade their wealth. And while they have the opportunity to do that, they also will be surrounded by love. Somebody is giving them a second chance. Okay? Somebody's giving you a second chance to build the kind of life that you deserve, okay? You are being pulled out of this bullshit. I'm so happy for you because Y'all are better than that. You guys are my people. And my people, we don't do like all this crap that these other people are doing around you. It's not our style. I mean, yeah, we want a drink or two. Who doesn't want to shake a little tail feather, twerk a little bit? But I get a sense that it was a whole lot more going down that you didn't need to be a part of than a little twerking, a little drinking, okay? But that has been your reading. I'm gonna answer some questions. So I have one person who's been trying to get me to answer a question for them. Jayati, Yadi, I think is the person's name. Let me see. Let me get a card or two for that person. See? Okay. So how long will this Yachty? I'm trying to see the name of mine. Yachty. I bet you I said it right too. Yachty. 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. So it's time to walk away from this shit that's not serving you because you tapped out the resources in this place. And at this point, you are the wounded warrior. You keep sticking in there trying to fight the good fight. And I feel like you need to get the hell out of there. Somebody, you could be waiting for somebody to come save you, waiting for somebody to come save you. But you need to get your ass off your neck. That's literally what this card talks about, getting your butt off your neck and kicking it into high gear and making shit happen and being proactive in your problem. Yeah, it's time to put in that work, but be careful. Don't take no shortcuts because it could be a trap. That is the message for Jyoti. I'm going to have to put that in the description so they know I gave them an answer. Does anybody have a question? Yeah, I have a lot of Scorpio friends too. I have a lot of Scorpio friends. And, or I wouldn't say I have a lot. I have very close Scorpio friends. Like, and you know, it's also interesting. I had, at one point, I had a group of friends. They're not even a group of friends. They're different women that I met separately. And each one of us had a Venus Scorpio. I have a Venus Scorpio, and but I'm a Sagittarius, so that's fire sun. And each one of the girls, it was 3 other girls, they had earth, air, and water sun signs, but we all had Venus Scorpio. I was like, we should be a coven, but it didn't work out. Hey, did you want to ask a question before I get off? Because I'm gonna take a question. Okay, what's your question? Arzen. Arisen. Arisen. Am I saying your name right? Arisen. Arisen. Is it Arisen or Arzen? I think it's Arisen. Horizon. Oh, that's so bomb. Yes. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, but my granny and all her sisters, they're all Jehovah's Witnesses. And most of my cousins from my granny's sisters, most of them are Jehovah's Witnesses too. It's only my granny's kids that did not become Jehovah's Witnesses. And I don't know why that is. But later on, my granny went back to the hall and started being back with her sisters because they didn't disfellowship her. She was like, my granny doesn't do anything, you know? So, Okay, so let me see. Let's see. Can we get a message for Horizon? Arisen? Arisen? Can we get a message? How? Where to start? How? Where to start? How? Where to start? So we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Cups. Okay, so this is saying play the cards that you are dealt, but be careful, and because there could be a trap. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles, this Seven of Cups. Look, they went in the cave and they think, oh, there's some resources. Let's go get those water bottles, and maybe there's food in that crate. But do you see the hole? Do you see that hole right there? That leads down here where all these other people thought that they were going to get that, and then they ended up in there. So don't take shortcuts. Be careful and play the hand that you are dealt. Use the resources that you have available to you right now. Don't show anybody your cards. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is thinking. We have the King of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So if you have somebody on your team, a masculine earth sign or a guy that just has a lot of money, you will find victory in this situation by collaborating with this person. And I see that you are worried and you could be losing some sleep and stuff, but I really see this working out for you with the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Wands. And the Ace of Cups. Okay, so you could be like finding love and like all that. Okay. Is somebody falling in love? Is y'all about the Nine of Cups? Okay. Everything's gonna work out. You need to follow your guts. You know what I do? I ask God for direction every step of the way. I'll be like, should I give this person my number? I'll be like, should I let this person back into my life? Sometimes I'll be like, should I go to the store right now? That's how much I ask God stuff. Like, we're in constant communication. I'm like, because I be kind of paranoid, you know? So I be needed to know that I'm being protected. So only way I can make sure I'm being protected is if I'm listening. So follow instructions. One of my favorite verses in the Bible. Oh, I can't believe I don't know it. Okay. That's so disgusting. I think it's Romans 13. Let me make sure. It's my Bible is right here. I'm gonna read y'all my favorite part. It's not long, y'all. Are y'all still there? Yeah. Arisen. 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 Okay. Yes, you can ask a question too, Maurice. What's your question? Okay, so yes, it's Romans 6, verse 15 through 23. And it says, what then? Shall we sin because we are not under law but under grace? By no means. Don't you know that when you offer yourself to someone to obey him as a slave, you are a slave to the one you obey? Whether you're a slave to sin, which leads to death, or to obedience, which leads to righteousness. But thanks be to God that though you used to be a slave to sin, you wholeheartedly obey the former teachings in which you were entrusted. You have been set free from sin and have become a slave to righteousness. I put this in human terms because you are weak in your nature, in your natural selves, in the flesh. Just as you used to offer your body parts in slavery to impurity and to ever increasing wickedness, so now offer in slavery to righteousness, which leads to holiness. Then, when you were a slave, you were free from the control of righteousness. That's what I was trying to say. When you are a slave to sin, you are free from God's protection. So, yeah, that was my point. What benefits did you reap at that time that you are now ashamed of? Those things result in death. But now that you have been set free from sin and have become slaves to God, the benefits you reap shall be of holiness, and the results are eternal life. For the wages of sin is death, and the gift of God is eternal life in Jesus Christ our Lord. Now, the reason why that's my favorite um, verses of the Bible is because it doesn't matter if you're religious. It doesn't matter if you believe in all the stories of the Bible. It's just basic. If you are doing bad stuff could happen to you. Okay, if you cannot trust someone to be, there's no honor amongst thieves. You know, so you can't be complaining when they turn around and rob you or shoot you, and y'all over here robbing the bank. That just doesn't happen. But when you are a slave to righteousness, there God comes down and protects you from bullshit. Like, no, that's not going to happen to this one. This one belongs to me. So you can walk through the valley of the shadow of death and fear no evil because you know that who you belong to. I don't belong here. I'm just walking through, okay? And I belong to God. I obey God. That's who I'm obeying. I'm obedient to God, and God, because I'm obedient, God come through for me. So I hope that that was good for you guys. Now, thank you. Yeshua, that's my brother. Amen. I take that. I take those prayers. Thank you very much. Do I have new love coming in? And if so, will I meet them at work? Okay. Does Maurice have new love coming in, God? Does Maurice have new love coming in? Ooh. Does Maurice have new love coming in? I feel like this is love from the past, okay? You got the Six of Cups with the Sun and the Page of Swords. Somebody could be watching you, or you could be learning something new. You could be solving a problem that really brings you to a level of happiness that's not just temporary. Like, it's an extended happiness. Like, you feel like, wow, I'm okay. You know? Like, I'm gonna be good for like the next, I'm gonna be good now. You know what I mean? But this could be somebody from the past with the Six of Cups. Yeah, Nine of Cups. You're gonna be happy. I don't know if this is like the devil. Ooh, that's that's like really oh no. Ten of Swords with the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So I don't know, man. It's really fucked up because what I've learned on this spiritual journey, especially with me being clairvoyant and stuff, is that a lot of times I can tell that somebody is going to hurt me, but I still have to be in that relationship. Like, it's crazy. Like, God will send me a message that this person is one of my soulmates and that they're going to hurt my feelings. And I still have to have this relationship because it's supposed to teach me something. So it's given something like that with this Ten of Swords. Like, there could be, there's an end of a cycle of betrayal and dark energy and like toxic behavior. But I also see this devil card next to this Nine of Cups being like overindulgent and like getting everything that you want. And then with it being under the sun, the devil under the sun, this is like sex in the rain or something in the daytime. It's, I don't know why I just heard the devil's beating his wife, like when it rains or something. So Um, and then with this Queen of Wands, she's super independent. Okay, so I don't know if you got into some kind of relationship with somebody who's super sexy. Queen of Wands is hella sexy, like she's attractive physically, and she's very independent. She doesn't really need. She be off on her own, all over, doing her own thing. You could be like obsessed, become a little obsessed with this person because they make you feel so happy. This is a lot of happiness, okay? So I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna meet this person at work. Honestly, I feel like this is somebody from the past. So I don't know if you have an ex or somebody who else who wants to come about. Yes, karmic energies. Like when we're ascending, they send you karmic people because they want you to learn these lessons and demonstrate that you learned it. You have to demonstrate that you learned it. You have to pass a test. And then it's just retarded. I mean, it's not retarded, but it's aggravating. Like I couldn't believe it. Let me just tell y'all a little story time real quick. So this guy I was dating, the last guy I was dating, he like literally 2 weeks after meeting him, one of my friends from fashion school, which was like so long ago, she sent me, I mean years, like more than 5 or 6 years ago. She sends me these screenshots that she a picture she took of this book that it like was about astrology. It was like playing cards that were based on your birth sign, and then it was all this profile description of it. And then it told me two birthdays, two cards attached to birthdays that were supposed to be people that I would run across and that I owed karmically and that I'm gonna love, and it's gonna be all this really sensual energy that I have to overcome. And I had just met the guy that I was talking to, and I just met him. That was his birthday. So it was like very clear. God is very clear with me. He sent my friend out of nowhere to send this to me. And it just so happens that in my description, it mentions me having a soul tie to somebody who has his birthday. I was just like, well, I guess I'm supposed to date him. They told me he was gonna hurt my feelings at some point. He's gonna say something that hurt my feelings or do something. And I still went with it. But at least I was able to go through it with a level head. Like I don't need to take it personal. I need to just let my little feelings be hurt so I can like learn my lesson. I'm not blaming him because he was sent by God to teach me something and look at it like that instead of being all crushed, you know? Yes. I feel like that's all relationships are for, honestly. Like God is using us to teach each other. Your parents, your siblings, the people that you date, your friends, they all are here to teach you some shit. Earth is school, and like the people are like different subjects and tests and quizzes and shit. This is how I look at it. That's why I spend a lot of time at home by myself, so I don't have to take all these damn tests. Just kidding. I do. I'm not kidding, but oh my goodness, I don't know if I answered your question well enough, but I do feel like you will find happiness with someone, but I think it's somebody from your past, not somebody from work. Does anybody else have a question? Yes, you are very welcome, Maurice. Very, very welcome. Does anybody else have a question before I end the live? Oh, dang, your ex does work with you. Oh, shit. Ooh, dang. Well, it looked like you got some unfinished business with that ex. Round two. Fight. Oh my God. All right, guys. So that has been your reading. I love you. I send you Reiki. send you Reiki. You guys have an amazing evening, and I will see you next time. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, and send this to somebody you think it resonates with you. Catch you later. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Really? Alicia Keys? That is the first, okay? Honestly, that's so funny. It's like this guy, this girl on TikTok, she was going to all these random people's page and telling them they look like Will Smith, even though all of them look different. It was very funny. So I don't know if he's pulling my leg or what, but Alicia Keys is gorgeous. So I never thought I looked like each. I mean, oh my God. And my boo the other day, I was like tickling him. He was like, get those piano fingers out of here. I was like, piano fingers? You know you want these piano. uh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys have a beautiful night. I wish you well. Bye.